Welcome back to Shabbat Club, where I teach you how to host without the anxiety, and a part of hosting is also how to be a good guest. So I've brought my favorite guest, Ms. Ariel Kanter, to hang out with us today and make Shabbat dinner together.
I'm Ariel Kanter. I live really close to Micah. We are food writer friends, and I'm really excited to be here to cook along with Micah. And I also love hosting, I love cooking, and I also really love being a guest.
Perfect. We're gonna make, so when I asked Ariel what she might want to make, she said a big bowl of delicious.
That is true.
And I had to think about it a little bit. But Ariel has a really great Substack called Rel's Rex. And she posts her dinner in her lap, and it's typically a big bowl of deliciousness in your lap every night. So we are going to make, buckwheat. No. So we're going to make a roasted cabbage steak. We're going to add some chickpeas to that so they get nice and crispy. Then I thought we should make a little tahina ranch, then maybe some breadcrumbs to go over top. So we're gonna prep that. So I'm just gonna prep our cabbage. Oh my gosh. So I've been reading and have seen that cabbage is the vegetable of 2026.
Oh, it definitely is.
Do you feel like this is like a professionally founded statement, or do you think this is just cabbage farmers being like, no, that's us this year?
You know what? I don't know. I'm sure farmers are delighted that people are like really into cabbage, but I think like I don't know who started it, but I'm definitely thrilled about it.
For it.
I mean, it's healthy, it's beautiful. Like I have been loving cabbage for a really long time, so I'm just really happy about it.
I'm not mad about it either. I feel like it's an undersung vegetable. First of all, like stunning.
Yeah, and you can eat it raw, you can have it roasted, you can steam it, you can saute it. Like there's so many ways to enjoy cabbage, so I think it's the perfect thing. And like you can also have it hot and cold and room temperature, which is a really nice thing if you're roasting, really nice. Because like you don't have to worry about it sort of like cooling down and having it
exactly.
at room temperature.
I'm gonna pop this in my oven to just preheat a little.
Yeah.
But on the note of room temp, I usually will create my menus based on things I can serve at room temp because I don't want to have to be putzing around the kitchen when someone's I don't want to putz. Yeah. I'm just going to salt the cabbage before putting it in the oven. We're going to put it on a hot sheet pan so we can start to get that golden bits on the bottom. We'll roast it for about 30-ish minutes, flipping halfway through. Yeah. So Rel, tell me, what's your favorite way to cabbage? What's your favorite thing to do with it?
Well, it's so funny because I feel like as Jews, we like I grew up like we definitely had stuffed cabbage. Like the OG way of like having cabbage was like stuffed cabbage. So we had it. It was kind of like soft and steamed and filled with meat. It had that like sweet and sour kind of vibe, which is obviously amazing and satisfying. But I think like
it's not sexy.
It's not. It's like ugly delish.
It is ugly.
It is. But I think my favorite way now is I definitely like kind of just like chopping it up and having it in a really good salad with a lot of like, oh my god. I'm a lefty, and so opening stuff is actually really difficult for me.
Are these specific?
So, look, I'm opening it backwards.
I'm also a lefty though, so maybe I've just...
See, look, I'm not even doing
It
it.
could just be a bad one.
No, this is actually like a difficult thing for me to do.
And so, do you want a new job? Or do you feel like you can...
Can I tell you I have working in kitchen trauma of opening cans?
Oh,
because I was like handed some like enormous, it's literally not opening. Trauma.
Do we need a minute? Do you want some, do you need to sit down in the corner?
So can I tell you, Rel's rec? Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Rel's rec of the day. I actually bought one of those can openers where you can press a button.
Wait, I can't do it either. I don't think it's
so yeah, you have to open it righty. So this is probably what you do is you open it righty.
I've always also had issues.
Right.
How do you do it right?
So you probably are opening it like as a righty. So I bought.
Wait, I have always just thought that can openers were just all bad. But I think
it's because you're lefty.
Because I'm also lefty.
I mean, I actually bought a button press can opener because
my goodness.
Of my like kitchen trauma where I was handed, those big restaurant size cans, and all of the, the guys in the kitchen were like, okay, open these, because that's like a normal kitchen job. And they gave me a can opener, and I couldn't open them.
Oh,
and it was mortifying. the mail just stared at me, and I couldn't open them for like a very long time. And so, you know, I have.
And that's why we write.
And that's why I'm a writer.
That's why neither of us work in the commercial kitchen.
Yeah. So
we did it, but even still, that's wrong.
Yeah. So I'm as a gift. The next time Micah hosts me, I'll be bringing her one of those.
My goodness.
Automatic can openers.
That is so funny.
Anyway, I like to have cabbage raw, like in a raw crunchy salad.
Okay.
But actually, recently I had a really good salmon and cabbage piccata. It was a New York Times recipe.
Okay.
And you steam the salmon on top of cabbage with like a mustard piccata sauce, and that was amazing. So it was steamed, but it was actually still a little bit crunchy because it was a kind of quick steaming because the salmon cooks really quickly.
I love that.
So I think because people are like newly obsessed with cabbage, people are getting very creative about how they're using it, which is really, really fun. But I love this idea of this cabbage steak, getting it like crispy on top and like. There's so many ways to cook it. It's so fun.
It's a main dish without feeling like you need anything but just a delicious vegetable, which is how I like to make food. Yeah. So because veggies are delicious. So when you are guesting, I often get people saying, "What can I bring?" What is something that what do you as a guest like to be told? Because I'll be like, "Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it." Or if you feel like or what do you like to? I'll ask, what do you like to bring? Or, oh, I guess you could bring flowers or a drink or a toy for Buckwheat, the dog. And sometimes I will say that too. So when someone's hosting you, what do you enjoy bringing?
Yeah, I mean, I think as like as part of like Rel's Recs, a lot of my recs are about gifting, and I always think about like the person I'm bringing a gift to. Like, what do they need? So I think about Micah, and like when you're entertaining, you don't really need food. Like,
no.
I don't need to bring like a bowl of food. Like, you don't need an hors d'oeuvre, right?
No.
So I don't need to bring food. But I could think like, oh, Micah might be really interested in like a cool new ingredient, right? So like maybe I could go to like a specialty store and bring you some things. I always think flowers are a really nice thing to bring. But if I know that like a million other people are going to be bringing their flowers like that, maybe I wouldn't bring flowers. Or if a lot of people are last minute, they'll go to the grocery store and bring flowers. So say I'm planning ahead, something I might do because I like planning ahead is, you know, I know that you're an entertainer and you love hosting a lot. I might go online and buy like a really beautiful serving dish and bring that over for you because like serving dishes are so like personal and wonderful. So, you know, I really like Jenna Pandolfi. I like, there's a website called Maison Flaneur and they have like beautiful ceramics, or even going on like Etsy, there are a lot of really like independent ceramicists who make beautiful serving dishes that aren't expensive but that are just gorgeous. So that's like a really nice like personal thing that you can bring to someone. If you like kind of understand their taste, that can be a nice thing to bring. You don't want to bring them something like super random that doesn't align with their taste. Like, this is for like if you're friends with someone. If you don't know them and you don't know their style and you don't know anything about them, flowers is always a great thing.
As long as they're not allergic, I feel like I always have to make a caveat of like, I am allergic to carnations. First of all, they're cheap. So don't cheap out on me. And I'm also allergic to carnations. And I've had like bouquets come to the house and have to pick up all the carnations and I'm like sneezing and watering my eyes. So never bring me carnations. Okay. But it's a question that I always get. That even when I go somewhere, if they don't ask me to make a dish, I'm always like, I'm similar to you. I'll be like, okay, so I know that their husband likes a dark beer, so maybe I'll get him like some craft beer in something, or something for their kids, or I often buy pet gifts.
Yeah, that's really
because
sweet.
It's especially for someone like me where I like control, and when someone's at my house, I can control that situation. Sometimes I don't want anyone else's food at my house.
Yeah, that's totally fair. And also like maybe like a cool set of matches. Like I think you know there are so many pretty boxed matches these days. Like you know,
that's a nice inexpensive gift too.
Right, and also like I worry about bringing someone a candle, like if there's kind of like a weird smell or something. But like cool matches are awesome.
Yeah, especially for Shabbat. Do that like a duo of Shabbat candles that are nice. Like that's such a nice Shabbat gift because then you could use it together. And you also don't have to bring anything. I think just being a good guest is just being friendly and complimenting
Totally.
the food, even if it's bad.
Yeah. Or like a card. Also, like writing cards is such a lost art.
It
Like
is.
a little, even sending a
It's
note
so
afterwards. So like, if you don't bring anything, that is totally fine. Just bringing yourself and the good vibes. But like sending a card after and saying thank you for the invite. I just touched the microwave again.
She loves it. She can't get her hands off of it.
Like sending a card, saying thank you is like such a kind and wonderful thing.
We don't do that enough.
I definitely have never done that. So like, I should take my advice.
But you could.
But I could.
You know you could. Yeah. While you go, I'm just going to open up my tahini. This is what Adina Sussman taught me last weekend. So when we have our tahini, if you want it to be a squeeze bottle, now it is.
Oh my gosh!
And then you just squeeze it out, only for a running tahini.
That's genius.
I know, right? She did it, and I was like, that's why she's the queen.
Wow, that's
I know.
incredible.
I know.
It's amazing.
Just to,
Choking on my own spit.
because we're so excited. Do you want to grate this garlic and do a lemons and some lemon zest in there, and I'm going to chop some
Thank you for
herbs
giving
first.
me a task I can actually do.
No problem. If you don't like that task, I can give you another one. I want everyone to feel comfortable.
I do.
I think I love the gift thing, and it's really nice to do that. But I think I would never expect a gift from anyone. But when someone comes up and I told them to bring nothing, then they bring something small and meaningful. That's so special, and it means that like they really took the time to think about who they were going to see. Hi, Buckley.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
So another nice thing that I actually learned from Alexis Toshnik, who is a Substack internet friend, is like to bring ice over.
Ooh.
If someone is like a big cocktail person, and you can't cook, if you just like don't really know the people, if you're just like, I want to bring something but I don't know what, bringing ice over can be very useful. Not everyone has an ice machine. Ice can be nice if they're like trying to keep stuff cold.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anyone would ever say no to ice.
That's a great idea.
I feel like that is just a really, really good tip.
Yeah.
So thank you, Alexis, for that.
I love that. And in my freezer, it's so packed, I've had to take the ice maker out. So I had a bit more space, and so I never have ice.
Yeah.
And I have an ice maker in our lower level, but I'm always too lazy to fill it with water, which is just who I am. So having someone bring ice would be really
Yeah, just like in case
nice.
of emergency, you're never gonna like say, oh, I don't want that.
No, exactly. I love that. I really
That
love
smells so good.
I love dill.
Oh, it smells
Herbs
amazing.
make everything better.
You really do.
And then another question is, so you also love to host. What's your go-to host meal, and do you have one?
The thing is, like, I just love trying new things. Like, I think my favorite thing as a host is just to experiment. And I know that's so funny because I think a lot of hosts have regular
Their
things that they can
go-tos, yeah.
rely on. But I'm just excited to try new stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I just see every chance to entertain as a chance to experiment and
Yeah.
delight people.
Okay, you like to squeeze that back in.
Like, I don't get to host as much as I want to just because we moved to the suburbs and we don't have as many friends as we did when we lived in the city. And like, I just, when people come over, I just want to try new things.
Yeah.
So I don't even really have a go-to because I just get excited to try.
That's fair. And
yeah.
then so Ariel and I met because I was at a food conference and I was speaking to a woman and she asked where I lived and I told her where because it's safe to tell strangers where you live. And she was like, you have to meet Ariel Kanter. So I was like, perfect, put us in contact. And let's do it. And so she did, and it turns out I had been reading some of Ariel's writing work about local restaurants anyway, so I already knew the name. And then we met and we bonded over us both living in the suburbs and being food writers.
And living 6 minutes away from each other.
And also living 6 minutes away from each other, which is amazing because in the suburbs that doesn't really happen. So when we saw each other, I don't know when it was, probably a month or two ago, and we went to this amazing farm, about a 20-minute drive from us, and you joined their CSA, which is like a community shared agriculture box. I wanted to, but because I never know what I have to make for work, it just makes no sense. So I just get to like live vicariously through what's in yours.
And I have been sharing eggs because
I
it's
think
an
that's
enormous amount of eggs.
It's a little maybe I said too much lemon. I need something else in there. A little bit of sweetness.
I like lemon.
I'm gonna add a little maple syrup to it. And so I've really been enjoying watching you. God, who put this back in the fridge?
My husband would put that back in the fridge. Maple syrup, the most
There's
cherished thing in
nothing
our
back,
house.
nothing in there. This is clean water. I just was too lazy to find anything else. That was a clean cup. So you've been getting these community shared agriculture boxes, and I used to do that during COVID when I wasn't working at like writing as many recipes, so I had the ability to be a bit more flexible in my day-to-day cooking. But I would love to know when you get a box and you're like, okay, so here's like a chopped box of ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
How do you start deciding how you're gonna make something with it? Because it's you and your husband, so you get it every week, so you need to be able to eat all these things throughout the week. So tell me about that process.
It's just like the most glorious thing. I mean, we have a really unique situation because it's just us.
Mm-hmm.
And also, my husband is very indecisive, so we basically made this rule in our house that I never ask him what he wants for dinner because it ended up creating too much like indecision for him. So like I just make whatever I want and he eats it.
I love that rule.
Like
I'm obsessed with
we decided it was actually creating like too much stress.
Wow.
And I cook and he does the dishes and that's just like our life. And I'm lucky because I love to cook and he likes my food. Like it's just this is how it works for us. So it's really a matter of how I want to put things together. So like I open the box and like it's just like such a blessing. It's so fun, and also it's not just vegetables, so I don't feel like super overloaded with a ton of veggies where I'm like, oh my god, how does this all fit together? Like there's bread and there's eggs and there's stuff from the kitchen, so it actually feels really balanced. But I do definitely I feel like instantly inspired because this is a lot of stuff that I'm not necessarily buying all the time. There are like daikon radishes, which I'm definitely not buying regularly, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, what should I do with these? I'm so excited.
I love daikon.
Me too, like, I'm so excited. So now I'm like, I'm eating them raw, I'm shaving them into salads, like, I'm sauteing them, I'm pickling them, like, I'm doing all these different things, and it's, I'm all of a sudden diving into cookbooks, Hetty McKinnon has Tender Heart, which is just such a glorious cookbook, and you can actually go in and say, okay, mushrooms, and she has a whole section on mushrooms. And so last night, what did I do? She has a miso mushroom ragu with polenta. Yeah. And there was polenta in the CSA box, and I had king trumpet mushrooms in the CSA box, so I made that, and it was wonderful. And I rarely follow recipes. Normally, I kind of just futz with stuff on my own, and it was a really fun experience going into a cookbook, making a recipe, and doing it.
I love it. That sounds amazing.
It feels like an unbelievable luxury. Because I know if other people, when you have kids, you really have to accommodate their tastes a little bit more.
Yeah, or picky husbands. But honestly, I should stop asking mine what he wants because Ariel and her husband are coming over on Saturday. I've decided that I might just do takeout because I'm tired. But a couple nights ago, I was like, what should I make for dinner for Ariel and Gabby? And my husband was giving me all these terrible ideas. He's like, you should make Thai food. And I was like, I don't want to. You should make this. And just like throwing out different countries in the world.
Well, it's like the choice.
Yeah.
The choice is exhausting.
It was exhausting. And I was like, all of your answers are wrong. Actually, none of these are right.
Yeah.
Because I wanted him to say we should do takeout, but I was like, I can't. Because I have this thing about hosting and I wanted everything to be homemade, but then I decided that no, it's okay. I know you enough. I know you well enough to know that you know I could with more time, but unfortunately, the week is just not in my favor. But maybe I need to stop asking my husband what I should be making because he's going to be wrong no matter what he says, which is just like a husband thing.
And also, just because we can cook doesn't mean that we have to. I think.
Also true.
That's why sometimes I eat cereal for dinner.
Oh,
and it is the best to have cereal for dinner. As much as I love cooking, cereal nights are the best, and I have absolutely no guilt. And if I want to have cereal and Gabby doesn't want something else, he can absolutely make something else for himself. But I love cereal.
when I'm home alone and I'll like feed
You're
Ari,
home alone.
when I'm, so I have a couple of them.
Okay.
First of all, I'm just making a little everything bagel, like breadcrumbs to put on top. Because I like a crunchy bit. When I'm home alone, I am having sometimes popcorn for dinner with a lot of olive oil and salt. I love olive oil in my popcorn, like a really spicy one. I'm having a big bowl, like I'm making 2 batches of popcorn.
I mean, that's like the size of houses in the big theater. Anyway.
Exactly, yeah. Or sometimes I will do a lot of pancake situations, but my husband Josh doesn't like canned tuna, where I do, and so sometimes I make myself like just a big bowl of tuna and eat it with crackers.
Great.
Yeah. So you know what? Sometimes you just got you got to do what you got to do.
Listen to your heart.
You got to listen to her, but more often than not, it's reality TV, like a dating show, and a big bowl of popcorn. And everyone's like, "Oh, are you having wine?" I'm like, "No, I'm having Diet Coke, popcorn, and then like a small bowl of chocolate chips."
Oh, you
on
gotta
the side.
treat yourself. You gotta give the body what it wants.
The body wants for Diet Coke at night. Just a little caffeine to really make sure I don't sleep. My popcorn, so much salt that I'm so bloated, I can barely get out of bed the next day. And that's what I want.
I love that so much.
Yeah, it's sometimes you just, or cereal. I also am a big cereal girl.
Yeah.
But that's like my morning thing. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna take these out so that we can flip them.
Sounds great. It smells amazing in here. Like I love when the everything seasoning gets really toasty.
Oh yeah, I can get some tops. So these guys are starting to do their thing. They've gotten nice and soft. Maybe they steamed a little bit more than I wanted them to, but I'm just gonna crank the heat quite a bit to make sure that they get nice and tender, as well as a little bit of golden on there.
I love crispy chickpeas.
Oh, I know.
Like I'm always tossing them in the
Air fryer.
my favorite thing. So I don't have like a physical air fryer, but I have a toaster oven with an air fry setting, which I feel like is the secret.
Fair.
I use that more than my oven. I use it probably every night.
Yeah.
So like I don't actually, it's not technically air frying, like I'm just using it as a really powerful convection oven. So like I'll put my tofu, all my veggies, like everything in there. I use it to like reheat things. Put it in like the little, it's like a smaller sheet pan with a little tin foil, all the food, olive oil, put it in and just crank it to air fry. Easy. And it makes everything so crispy.
I have one of those too, but I keep it in the garage. But it's a lifesaver, especially when it's hot out. And I want to make something and I don't want to heat up the house. Or if I'm like, I've brought it to do events, or when I have too many things going on, it's nice to have that little oven, and it's so powerful and it heats so fast.
I know.
It's insane. It is magic. But I love that.
Oh, that looks amazing.
Stunning.
So you want to eat all these crunchy pieces off of it.
I know, that's the best part. You could also broil it if you wanted it to be crispier, and in retrospect I should have used a bigger pan because they touched a little bit too much, so some things steamed a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah. What we can do, so I'm just going to put this here. So now we can plate it up.
Okay.
So this is a dish I think would be really nice at room temp, honestly.
Oh yeah.
I think most veggie dishes would do really well at room temp.
Ooh, I love that.
Thank you so much. Before I was a mother, I used to do pottery all the time.
Oh my god, did you make that?
Yeah, so I used to make most of my plates and props. And I loved doing hand building. I love like all the organic pieces. Buckwheat. Do you want to go outside? And then I stopped doing it because I didn't have time, and I was really afraid that like the glaze and like the dust particles couldn't have been good for me when I was pregnant. So I stopped. But I would love to find somewhere up here to do it again because I really miss it. I used to go with a friend, and we would go like 3 times a week to do ceramics.
I would love to do ceramics with you.
We should do that. I think the art center has ceramic stuff.
Okay.
And I like hand building. I was never good at the wheel.
Okay.
And I'm just going to put half of them on here. And it was just so therapeutic. And I like that I could make something functional that I would actually use versus like any other art class. I make like an ugly painting that sits in a closet
Yeah, I get that.
to die a slow death.